So a lot of people have this concept of leaving a legacy. It's very important. It's become very popular to talk about in the self-help industry and in churches. But there's a key disadvantage to thinking too much about, quote unquote, leaving a legacy. I was just reading this book here, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and there's a passage in here. It's a very quick passage, and I'm going to read it to you. And it's by Marcus Aurelius. And this section is called Heroes Here and Now. Marcus Aurelius, he says, such behavior, people don't want to praise their contemporaries whose lives they actually shared, but hold great expectations for the praise of future generations. People they haven't met or ever will. They'll never meet these people. This is akin to being upset that past generations did not praise you. Kind of a weird thought, right? But how many of us do this? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to want to leave a good legacy. I think most of us probably want to. But there's a disadvantage if we focus too much on it. And here's what the author has to say. This is a quick, 2 short paragraphs. He says, Alexandria, the city in Egypt, still bears the name of its founder, Alexander the Great, some 2,300 years after he set foot there. How cool would it feel to have a city named after you for so many centuries, to know that people are still saying your name? That's legacy, right? That's what a lot of people want, a legacy. They want their name to be remembered. But here's a thought. It wouldn't be cool at all. Because like Alexander, you'll be dead. You'll have no idea whether your name lasted down through the centuries. No one gets to enjoy their own legacy, by definition. Good point. Worse, think of all the horrible things Alexander did to achieve what he did. He fought pointless wars, he had a terrible temper, even killed one of his best friends in a drunken fight. He was ruthless and he was a slave to his own ambition. Is he really so admirable? Is that what it took to leave a legacy, to get remembered? Not in everyone's case. Instead of wasting even a second considering the opinions of future people who are not even born yet, focus every bit of yourself on being the best person you can be in the present moment, on doing the right thing right now. The distant future is irrelevant. Be good and noble and impressive now, while it still matters. This is important because there are so many people that live so much with the future vision of what they want. It's good to have a future vision. I'm a big visionary guy. I'm a CEO type. I'm a vision guy. But if you're living right now in this moment physically, today, but mentally right now in this moment, you can't get your head out of where you want to be. Like at the time of this recording, it's mid-October. Northern Michigan is beautiful with colors and cool weather. I'm in Texas. It's going to be 86 today. And I make this mistake because I think on so much of how much I'd love to be in Michigan, and I can't wait to be back in that cool weather and wish I could be there enjoying the colors with my wife because we love doing that together. If I focus too much on that, I'm literally missing out on the only life I have, which is right now. Because the only life you actually have is right now. And if you're not living right now in this present moment, but instead you're off mentally somewhere else way too often, you're not actually living life. And here's another thought. Most people who want to leave a powerful legacy, or people who have left a powerful legacy, I would imagine they probably were not all too concerned about leaving a legacy. They were just doing what they did. They were doing what they felt like they were here to do. Most people who leave a powerful legacy usually aren't all too concerned with leaving some sort of legacy. They're just doing what they're here to do, and their legacy ends up being a byproduct of that because they were focused on what they're here to do, not on this other external ego idea, and it is an ego idea, of leaving a legacy. So if you want to truly leave a legacy that, by the way, you will not enjoy because you'll be dead and you won't know if people remember your name or not. If you want to leave a legacy, just focus on what you're doing today and in the immediate future and what you're actually doing. Because that's actually the only thing that will create a legacy that is worth being remembered. So go live life today.